We will learn about the operator precedence. Precedence refers to who is applied before whom, so it's something about the order of operations. The idea is mainly coming from the normal mathematics. If I told you, let's solve 2 plus 3 times 4 minus 6 divided by 2, how would you solve it? You first start with something about the multiplication, and you do it first, and you do the division also. After that, you can do the plus and minus. If you try to add 2 to the 3 first and then multiply with 4, in math this is wrong. Also, another relevant thing is what we call left to right evaluation. When we try to evaluate something like 12 plus 2 plus 12 minus 3, we first typically sum these two numbers, and then the result we sum them to here. So it seems that there are two interesting things here. It seems that we are applying the multiplication and division before the subtraction and addition, and also we are applying typically from left to right. What if I see some parentheses like that? It means apply first, like what is inside the parenthesis should be applied first. So now when we try to solve this expression but with this parenthesis, the final value is going to change because now we are forcing a different order. Here the multiplication between the 3 and 4 is applied first, but now it is applied after this whole expression is done. So the math defines for us the order of the operations. This is what we call the precedence, and we know from it that parentheses here have higher priority, and the multiplication and division is higher than the addition and subtraction. In Python we have too many operators, so we need an answer about which operator is applied first. Here is a simple table for the current operator that we learned so far. The power operator has higher order than all of the guys here. After that, the two unary operators comes in the order. After that, the division and the multiplication types, and finally the addition and subtraction. From math we know about this couple of things, but here now from Python we know a little more about these other guys. Let's see an example. If I say something like 1 plus 2 times 3, then we know from the rules that the multiplication is first. So we multiply 2 times 3 to 6, and then we add to 7. 2 times 3 times 4 times 5. We know the power is higher in priority. So 3 times 4, or 3 to the power 4, is evaluated first to 81. Now the expression is 2 times 81 times 5 equal 810. Another example is minus 2 to the power 4. Now this is a bit tricky. The way that we read it in math is minus 2 to the power 4, which means minus 2 times itself 4 times 16. But the answer will be minus 16. The reason is the power has higher priority than the minus. So 2 to the power 4 will be evaluated first to 16, and then the minus will make it minus 16. If you would like to make sure it is minus 2 to the power 4, then you need to put parentheses around the minus 2 itself. The parentheses, as I said, it means to be performed first, and in this way it is forcing order and also help us to resolve some ambiguity so that we don't get lost in the expression. As you see here, if we have something like that, the 7 minus 2 will be evaluated first, then the division second, then the addition. Let's get a big example for the parentheses. I would like you to read this expression and these values and try to solve it first. The way that you do it when you have such a complicated expression is find the deepest parenthesis and evaluate it first. For example, the x plus y is one of the very deep parentheses. Solve it first. Stop the video for a couple of minutes and try to come up to this conclusion. Now, let's solve it together. One of the very deepest guys here is x plus y here. This guy very deep. So we can replace x with 6, y with 7. So we have 13 plus 2, which is 26. We can now take this 1 plus 2, 26, which is again very deep. How to recognize what is okay? It is an expression that doesn't have more parentheses inside it. So this expression is okay, this expression is okay, d times e is okay, but all the others are locked now. So 1 plus 26 is 27, then 27 plus z would be 27 because z is 1. Now we can take this expression a plus e to 4. Then we can take d times e to 20. Now we can apply b minus 20. minus 18. We can apply a minus 18 minus 17. Minus 17 divided by 4 to this guy plus 27 to this final answer. So this is how you resolve a very deep expression. In practice, you shouldn't write something very complicated like that. You better divide it on different steps. But I'm just like teaching you how the Python will solve this expression for you. That's all.